Well, it's Craig here of the Sandy and Craig team. We like to feature or point out some of the hidden features. And by the way, that's Sandy. Say hi, Sandy.
Hi.
Of our properties when we have them for sale. Sometimes you don't know about certain things that don't show up in the normal pictures or the tours. And we always like to kind of highlight some of the things that make a particular property special that you might not otherwise realize. So just take a minute or hopefully a minute or two and show you those. So we're just about to this fabulous property on Township. Well, not really a hidden feature. It is gated, and we're gonna just punch in our code that you can use for guests and gardeners and that kind of thing to get access. Here we are at Township, but we're not gonna take you in the front door directly. We're gonna sneak you around to the back to see one of the hidden features there. Of course, all the photos and 3D tours are on the main tour. This is just kind of focusing on some of the hidden features. So we're here in this fabulous backyard of Township, and one of the things, while it's noted on the listing and the tour that you have this spectacular view out the back, no houses behind, what really isn't apparent is that this is a southeastern view, which kind of affords us three different things. One, spectacular sunrise, especially when you had clouds like you today. They're all pink and just amazing in the mornings, and you can see that from the master bedroom as well. Secondly, is you have these beautiful evening moon rises coming up over the hills there, and of course when the moon's low to the hills, it looks huge. And finally, because in Southern California it does get hot in the afternoons, because this particular home has a southeast backyard, that means about midway through the day the backyard starts to creep into the shade, so your afternoons are not so hot as if the sun were setting actually behind the house. So three little hidden things about the backyard you might not realize that make a big difference once you're living here. And as long as we're here in the backyard, for those of you who like growing your own veggies and things, this home has a couple of different garden boxes, all with sprinklers that are built into it and watering systems, so that you can kind of grow your own stuff. Another kind of hidden feature here is, as we're looking up the street, we'll show you the access to the amazing trail system. Kind of that little cluster of cars up there. We'll get there a little closer shot in a second, but just a few houses up is the access to the Santa Clarita trail system. Here's the nearest access point to the amazing trail system. These entrances are hidden throughout Santa Clarita, and you'll be able to access the whole trail system, and it's just a great way to go for a bike ride, go for a walk, just get access to the trail system. Now we're at the other end here. It's kind of like a little mini Lombard Street in San Francisco, although it's not orange brick, but this is the actual gate access to the nearest trail system. So we can see if we can get Sandy to open the door for us, and just give you a quick peek as to what that looks like. Sandy's not going to close the door because it takes a key to get back in, because we want to keep only the neighbors in the neighborhood. But here's a neat little snapshot of just one direction as to where that goes and goes and goes and goes. Connects to parks, shopping centers, all kinds of things. Then of course heading the other way, and we're going to pop out at the other end in just a second to the nearest park, which is maybe 5-minute walk, 1-minute bike ride from here, but you wouldn't know it was there. Kind of jumped ahead down the trailhead a little bit. We were just at the other end of that trail, and or actually not at the end of the trail. Trails go on, and this is where it connects to the nearest park, which is a great park, and it's not only a pedestrian bicycle trail, but if you notice this little tie-up spot, that's actually for horses, believe it or not. This is an equestrian trail as well, because there's so many areas in the Santa Clarita Valley that you can take your horses on, and you could be walking your horses down here as well. So we're basically continuing up that same walkway from the Paseo or trail system and get a little bit different or better shot of the park. Big, beautiful, nice park, and easy to get to, yet it's not super crowded, and you can see down below how it continues to connect to the rest of the trail system. Another secret about this neighborhood is right across the street here is the nearest entrance to the Central Park Trail, which is a neat hiking trail. Just takes you right over that hill there and pops you on the other side, and Central Park is there. So great little trail. And another little secret about this neighborhood is that they watch the radar very aggressively here, keep people from speeding too much. And you see a perfect example of that right ahead of us. So that pretty much wraps up our hidden features. And for all the primary features of the house, of course, just look at the rest of the tour and the photos. Spectacular property. I just want to do one last as we're heading out. Just see how spectacular the landscaping is, and lots of park benches, and just how nice of a job they've done here in River Village to make it not only a great home, but a great neighborhood as well.